So imagine you're driving along in your SVJ doing SVJ things like eating shrimp from a martini glass when all of a sudden, BAM! Your engine cover comes off. What's going on, guys? Bijan here. So let's talk about some interesting news that I saw a couple days ago. Lamborghini has a recall.
I said, no, what?
Which all cars get recalls, is totally understandable. Sometimes in production, things get missed, and then later on we start to see issues come up. So Lamborghini is not exempt from this. They have had recalls in the past. A new recall just came out that was an interesting one. It has affected every single SVJ coupe made in the last 3 years. So 221 models were affected. So far, it has not affected the Roadsters, but essentially what happened was some guy was driving along in France when his engine cover either partially or fully just came off. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a pretty rich problem to have. Oh, hey, I'm driving my $500,000 car and my engine cover slightly comes off. Let me take it into Lamborghini and they'll issue a recall for every one that was made because of this one issue. So essentially, this is what's happening. Because of the heat hitting the engine cover, it is detorquing the bolts that hold the engine cover onto the chassis. What that can cause is the engine cover to partially or fully disconnect from the chassis of the car. So literally imagine driving along on the freeway, probably not doing the speed limit because you're in a Lamborghini, and you go from a coupe to a convertible in about 2 seconds.
Are you kidding me?
Now, Lamborghini, being Lamborghini, they're absolutely on top of this. So they figured this out in January, and then they issued the recall just recently, and then we all heard about it. So any Lamborghinis, any SVJs going forward will have the update fixed. Essentially what it looks like they're doing is they're going to Harbor Freight and paying 99 cents for some thread locker, putting it on the bolts, and then relocking it onto the car. I don't know about you guys, but if I was Lamborghini and I was putting together a car, I would probably put thread locker on most things. But I don't know, that's just me. Now, do I think this is going to affect Lamborghini at all? 0% chance. I don't think anybody's going to care or be any turned off of Lamborghini. Any car guy growing up, that was the pinup wallpaper that you had in your room, was a Lamborghini, either a Murcielago or a Diablo, depending on how old you are. And now it's becoming the Aventador, and it's just a beautiful piece of machinery. All of the people who currently have SVJs that are affected, they all have been sent out letters. So they can basically just come into a Lamborghini dealer. They'll fix the car free of charge. They're probably going to take some ridiculous, like 1 or 2 days to fix it, when I imagine it'll be like a 10-minute fix. Unbolt all the screws, put thread locker on all of them, and then put them back in. But anybody who owns a Lamborghini, I'm sure you'll be able to loan her a Urus or some ridiculously fun car for a couple of days and then entice you to get more Lamborghinis. I just think it's funny that I imagine the guy in France that was actually affected was probably driving along like, oh, I am enjoying my cigarette in France. Oh no, my engine cover. It seems like this recall hasn't affected anybody else except that one guy in France, so hopefully it doesn't affect anybody else, because if all of the bolts happen to come off and you get full ejection of your engine cover at speed, that can cause a serious accident, and that would be bad.
That's not funny, Proctor.
No, sir.
Like I said earlier, it didn't affect any of the SVJ Roadsters or the convertibles because they have a slightly different engine cover and roof setup, obviously, because they have a different roof, removable roof. So they're basically in the clear. But to be safe, they're also throwing some thread locker on all of those engine covers just to cover their bases. So if you're watching this and you have an SVJ, which I don't know why you're watching this. If you have an SVJ, go drive your SVJ. But you'll basically be getting a letter soon in the mail that says something along the lines of, bring in your car, we'll give you a Urus for a few days, Urus for a few days, and then we'll give you your car back with some thread locker on it, and you can continue to enjoy your $500,000 car that is absolutely beautiful. I need an SVJ. That being said, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.